I'm actually moving today. I'm actually replacing my fridge and I am heading towards a gas specialist. Basically, the fridge just hasn't been working on gas. It's just been so temperamental. So now that I'm on this land with no access to power and none of Hayden's fridges or a generator, I've just bitten the bullet. I've bought myself a compressor fridge. So right now I'm driving 2 hours north. There's a gas guy in Raglan who will work on a caravan. Not that many in this area at all. And apparently it's a pretty easy job to take it out, and he's gonna have to lift it through the front window because I think it'll be too big to fit through the door. And then if everything goes smoothly, the next day I'll drive to pick up the compressor fridge. So let's see how this goes, eh? I'm actually a bit nervous about getting out of this place. It's a narrow gate with a narrow road. I'm just wondering what the caravan will do when I do a sharp left. So I'll just take it slow, I guess, but at the same time I need a bit of speed to kind of get up the little... It worked out! No scraping of the caravan, which is a relief. Right, let's move. Well, I've arrived, but I'm not feeling 100% sure that this is the correct place. A couple of the photos on the app seem to be from here, but then some of them make me think it was the gate next door that I should have gone down. I don't know. I rang the number. I should have probably called them earlier. I rang the number and it went straight to voicemail. So maybe I just won't get properly settled in until I'm positive that this is actually where I'm supposed to be. The owners came over and had a chat. I'm in the right area. Whew. Although apparently most people park this way rather than this way. Right. Luckily the gas specialist can actually come to me, which simplifies things a lot. I don't have to drive half an hour out to Raglan and fluff around with all of that. Downside is his apprentice is off sick, and I was hoping the two of them could have got the fridge out of the caravan through the front window. So I guess all he's going to do today is disconnect it, and then I'm going to have to find someone to lift it through, because I know it's too heavy for me. I'm going to have to pay someone to do it. So I've got to figure out. I'm wondering if my mechanic might be able to do it. I thought I'd try to make it as easy as possible for this gas guy. I've already taken out the 4 screws on the side and brought the fridge forward a little bit. So it really just looks like this one pipe that needs to be dealt with. And then I saw to disconnect the power, it really is just these two. So it's going to be super easy. Easy, it's out. Caravan, the fridge is out and already in the back of the ute. Thank you so much.
No worries, 5-minute job, it's all good.
And now Peter's just going to weld the end of the gas pipe just to make sure that there's no issues in the future. That was so speedy. That was good stuff. So relieved to get that out. Done. Job one. And I could actually store some of my food boxes in there. Because the fridge hasn't been working, I've found that I've just ended up with random boxes of food on the floor of the container just because there's nowhere else to kind of put it. So once I have a fridge up and running, I can then have a whole lot more food storage. I'm off right now to pick up the new fridge. It's about a 40-minute drive from here, so I better get onto it. And it's a foggy start to the day. Well, I've got the new fridge. I will admit I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to be too big. But like, I measured it and it seemed fine, so fingers crossed. The next task is to get it into the caravan. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on my own, so I might drive to my brother and get him to help me lift it into the caravan. What a mission to swap fridges.
Might not get past the little hooks on the...
It does on my side.
It's not on this side. Good?
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll just put it straight on the ground. Okay.
It's got that rubber things.
Ah. Okay.
It gives the impression
It's
it's like
so close.
a centimetre too wide.
Yeah, they didn't mention anything about those. I'd taken these off because it looked like it was going to fit without them, but now it looks like you need these to make sure there's plenty of room for all the power cords. So, new idea. Find out how hard is it to take out this bit of wood. I think there's lots of hidden screws everywhere. There seems to be an unusual one up here. Might be easier taking off this. So at least to start with. One under there too. Yes, that does the job. I'm pretty close, but I'm stuck. There is a screw right at the bottom. It's too hard to get, so I think I need to go to Bunnings tomorrow, get another tool. My thinking is, hopefully this bit of wood will come out and at least we'll get the fridge in. It won't go all the way in because the delicate cords are actually at the back, so it'll be sticking out a bit, but at least it'll be out of the way. And long term, I want to figure out how to move that a little bit. I just got back from Bunnings and Repco, which is a hardware store and a mechanic shop, trying to find a tool to get a screw out from underneath. I think it's going to be tricky. They had a bendy bit, but the end was too fat. I really don't think it'd fit underneath. This one screw is defeating me. Yep. I should do a trip to Taupo. Bought this from Mitre 10 in Hamilton. Apparently it's bendable, so seems promising. Let's try. Yeah! Woohoo! I think that's my new favourite tool. That was cool. It bends. And then it seems stapled or glued at the back. So I've just been prying it off, except it's really hard to get to the bottom, and it doesn't really want to do anything. So I might take another break, contemplate it. I'm not actually in a rush anymore. I'm going to stay here a little bit longer at family, so I've got a few days to figure this out. So Hayden's visiting, yay! And he's helping put the fridge in. So he thinks the fridge can slot in that width. I'm still a bit nervous about the wiring at the back. You make it look so easy, Hayden. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty far back.
So all that needs to go back together.
Yeah.
Everything that you've tried ripping out needs to go back together. You've got this whole thing going, venting straight outside.
But what about the, like, wouldn't that get hot and that get hot?
No, it'll just go straight outside. This and this is not enough for this to sit on.
Yeah.
This has got, you can see it's got feet on it.
Yeah.
And so when it's sitting in there, it's not actually sitting on the feet. What are you doing?
Trying to put this all together again after dismantling it.
Why is that?
Because Hayden says I don't need to anymore. I enjoy this, right? Dismantling and putting stuff together when I didn't need to. What's sitting on the new floor? Now we just need to wire it in and it'll be a working fridge again. Hayden's ended up wiring it for me. Well, he's done the 240 volt using the old plug, which I would not have considered. Funny thing is, I bought all this wiring ready to attach it straight directly to the batteries, but Hayden's just using the old plugs from the last fridge, which actually makes sense.
So I've wired the existing 240 volt plug into the existing Caravan 240 socket.
So the cable comes out through the back. I've taken the existing 12 volt cable, which had bare wires, and I've extended it, and that also is going to extend out the back. New pad for it to sit on, and the 12 volt will need to go down into the hole. And we find our positive. And we can't reach our negative. The original 12 volt connection had a bit of a pulse going through it, so I decided not to use it and connect directly to the battery. So I've connected the positive to the battery, but I've still used the original connection as the negative. Fridge is all going. Turn it on the side, and brand new fridge.
And some sad news, my mum passed away on the weekend, so I'm gonna have a couple of weeks off. Yeah, that'll do, and then just admire the view.